Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. This is going to be the November tarot reading for Sagittarius love. Alright, so Aries and Leo are up. They were both pretty powerful readings. So let's see what's going on with Sagittarius. Let's round off the fire signs tonight and get on to the water signs next. Alright. We have a pretty interesting couple of months coming up with some of the astrological aspects for November and December 2019. And I'm not an astrologer, so you'll have to check some of the astrology YouTubers for that. Fernando Prodholm is also one of the ones that I recommend. But nevertheless, it's going to impact us, and we're going to see what the cards have to say about it. All right, my lovely Sagittarius. All right, let's get into your Celtic cross for November. Straight out, we have King of Pentacles. All right. Covered by Leo energy, the Lion, strength. We have 8 of Wands coming in. And at the bottom, we have Knight of Pentacles. Wheel of Fortune. Wow. And the Magician. All right. We've got Queen of Wands, strong wand, strong queen energy, 4 of Swords. This is the energy you come into the November month with, and this is what greets you. Let's move this over a little bit and see her hopes, dreams, star energy. Wow. And we have 9 of Swords is the outcome. Interesting. At the bottom of the deck, we have a 5 of Pentacles, right? All right, Sagittarius. I am a Sagittarius myself, all right? And of course, this is going to be an interesting month for November in terms of love for Sagittarius, since right away I can see a lot of it has to do with your money issues, right? We have a 5 of Pentacles, so this talks about a power struggle, a separation that leaves you paying the price. And right away I see a 9 of Swords, which is a lot of anxiety, but never fear, Sagittarius. I'm going to get into that 9 of Swords because oftentimes the 9 of Swords is not representative of what's really going on in reality. So let's start it right off. In love this month, King of Pentacles is at the center and strength is over it. Now, Sagittarius, I think that this month, for a lot of you, I'm going to say that it's about you. As far as your love life is concerned, if you're resonating with this reading, it's very much about your self-confidence with your finances, your career, your business, right? Some of you, it's almost as if you don't have room right now for a love connection until you reach this kind of level, right? King of Pentacles, of course, is at the top, right? He's arrived. He's the owner of the thriving business. He's the CEO. He's the boss. He's in charge, right? And he has a level of abundance that's proven, a level of success that's proven. This is very much at the heart of your ability to move forward with regard to your love life. Strength is coming in because a lot of November for this Sagittarius is going to be about realizing what it is you can handle in a relationship, what you need in a relationship, and really facing up to that, right? It could very well be that you already are starting to feel a bit of pressure, and because oftentimes with strength, we talk about having to put boundaries in place, right? Having to put borders in place. I want to say that some of you in November, you feel like you have to put a line in the sand between you and another person. Why is that? Because it almost feels to me almost as if any love connection that you may have already or that is developing, you're hesitant to let it in. You're hesitant to let it in. So you're putting up boundaries, you're putting up walls, because you know that if you let it in, some of the energy that you need to accomplish this level, this King of Pentacles level, will go to the relationship. And right now, Sagittarius, I'm going to say a lot of you are just about your coin. Really, you are about your coin. You are about your career, getting it off the ground, right? You don't have any time really in a way to, and I'm not going to say to waste on a relationship, but you know that you just don't have the time to divert any energy away from what you're doing, because it's going to make it harder for you to reach your goal. It's going to take longer for you to reach your goal. And you simply know that you won't be happy in any kind of love connection unless you're coming into it with your own money, your own success. You don't want to have to depend on anyone. Right? I want to say the last couple of years has been rough for Sagittarius, right? So this makes perfect sense that this will come into a love reading, because for a lot of you who have had it difficult these last couple of years, and a lot of the astrologers will tell you that there's been a lot of power struggle for Sagittarius with the astrological aspects, right? Over these last couple of years. It's only natural that you just, now that you're coming into a period, a lot of Sagittarius are coming into a period where you're beginning to see rewards come in, or you've gone onto a period in your life or a path in your life where you found what it is you want to do. You know that it's going to bring in abundance of financial stability. You may not have reached that level just yet, but you know it's going to come in, and you just don't want to... You just don't want to spend any time or become weak, right, with love, right? I mean, it almost feels as though, letting your guard down to let a love connection in is going to sort of weaken your resolve with regard to this. And I don't mean that you're a weak person, but just that it's just going to take some of the oomph and the momentum out of what you're trying to achieve right now with your abundance. 8 of Wands is in the front of your mind, so this is the conscious sort of aspect for the month of what you're dealing with. An 8, again, another 8, right? Another card about boundaries. Another card talking about the need for restrictions and focusing, right? So that you can separate the nonsense from what is really important. 8 of Wands can also indicate an increased online presence. So an increase in text, emails, online communication, digital communication, things like that, social media communication. It's a lot of messages coming in. It's a lot of energy coming in. And again, you're busy with that, right? You're so busy with that once again, it's like you just don't have the time to put into a love connection, right? You don't have the time to necessarily put into a relationship. Even if you are in a relationship right now, it's very much taking a backseat this November, because this November you have so much on your plate, right? 8 of Wands is Mercury and Sagittarius energy, so it's really going to take all of your skill, really, right? Magician coming in. All of your skill as a Sagittarius to multitask and to get through everything to make your way. Especially in business. This can also represent sometimes in business when you have a lot of ups and downs and you're trying to figure out the right path. You're trying to figure out the right thing to do. It's very chaotic and it really takes a lot of concentration. In the back of your mind, again, another Pentacles card, right? In the back of your mind right now, it's all about the Knight of Pentacles, which is, yes, he's the slowest, maybe the slowest knight in the deck, but he will reach his goal. He reaches his goal. And again, for you Sagittarius right now, the love of your life right now really actually is your life. your goals, your achievements, your abundance coming in. Wheel of Fortune is turning at the beginning of the month. This is pretty incredible, Sagittarius. And here's the reason why you don't want any of your energy diverted, because at the beginning of the month, the wheel turns and the fortune begins to come in. The opportunities begin to come in. The golden opportunities begin to come in. I'm going to say literally, boom, right away at the beginning of November, it's going to happen and start. And Magician covers it, so you handle it expertly, right? These are just beautiful golden opportunities that begin to come into you as a result of all of this hard work. You are just in your element, right? There's no more obstacles in your way, because you come out of this month shining like the magician, right? Making it look very effortless. The abundance seems to just start to really pour in a lot of ways, right? It's a very good reading. And again, I'm going to say for some of you, if you're in a relationship, the relationship very much takes a back seat to your career this month. And well, it should, because you're going to be coming out of this month really, really well, right? If you are not in a relationship, then you will not be entertaining. If you're resonating with this, then you're not entertaining any new starts, any new loves this November. This is just very much about your career. Now, how do you approach the month with the Queen of Wands? A very strong queen. And the energy that comes back to you is Four of Swords, which is truce and strategy, taking a moment to plan your next step. And so, again, you are... there are going to be some trials and tribulations, right? There's still going to be some ups and downs. And the Queen of Wands is in her element. And I want to say for some of you Sagittarius, you know, it's almost as if you work best under pressure. Your best ideas come in when you're under pressure. You make your best moves when you're under the sort of the gun, when you're under a time constraint, or when you have something that you need to get done by a certain date, or whatever the case may be. And the Queen of Wands is an expert at that. She's an expert at really facing a lot of difficulty in life and transforming through it, right? Learning from it. And so again, this could be in your career area, in your money area. It could very well be that you're learning a lot of lessons. Again, if you have just opened like a business, right? Or you just gone down your path as an artist or something like that, you're making money from that, you're going to be making mistakes along the way, and they may be challenging, but you're going to be learning from them right away. Four of Swords is interesting because stability begins to build, and the steps that you take, or the options for the steps that you take this coming month, just set you up perfectly, right? Four of Swords talks about really thinking about which way to go down a particular path to obtain your objective. And so it almost like everything just kind of slots in perfectly for you, right? You decide to make this move then, and this move then, and this move then as well. And it all kind of like works out very nicely indeed. And you really... I'm going to say for some of you, Queen of Wands as well, I'm going to say in terms of the love connection, if you're in a relationship and it is taking very much a back burner, taking a back seat, right? This month, you're putting it on the back burner or what have you, there may indeed be some negotiating, right? Because Four of Swords, again, talking about strategy, how to move forward, in order to sort of protect the relationship that you have so that it doesn't deteriorate while you're putting so much energy into your career. You will also have to employ some of this strategy with your love connection. You may have to, with that Queen of Wands, there may be some rocky times in that area too, simply because you're putting so much energy into your career right now that depending on who your love connection is with, it may be a little bit tricky to keep them on board, right? But it's only for this month. And I'm going to say, like, just as we talk about November and December, these great fortuitous astrological sort of aspects that are happening, especially between Jupiter and Uranus and the moon, the full moon for December, it comes in very quickly, right? And so your love connection, for those of you who are already in a love connection, they're not going to have to wait very long. They're not. It's not like they have to put up with you and your career forever. This is just kind of this last little push until these opportunities come in, because your ultimate goal is King of Pentacles, and you do reach that fairly quickly, because we of course have stars showing up for your hopes and dreams, which just basically speaks to the fact that you are absolutely manifesting what you have set your mind to this month. It's beginning, it's coming true. You're seeing the signs of it coming true. You're seeing the signs of everything that you've poured into the path of achieving this dream of yours. And like I say, this business or career path or artistic path that's going to be bringing in money. It shows, it absolutely shows with the star, right? Now, it's funny, and this is what I was going to say. I was going to get into the Nine of Swords. You do end up with a lot of anxiety and worry. And I'm going to say, for some of you, you do indeed worry if your relationship is going to be able to stand, this focus right now that you have on your career. Is it going to be able to withstand that? And for those of you who are in a love connection, this is where you begin to worry about it, right? You also worry about your business, right? But this Nine of Swords, I'm going to say, is a different kind of anxiety. I think it's, when we talk about a love reading, I think this is the anxiety of like, I cannot stop working on this. I hope that my love works out. I hope that once the abundance comes in, my partner's going to be able to handle it, right? And this is not gender specific, but if you're a female Sagittarius, you're dealing with a very masculine partner, you may also be concerned about how things are going to go with your relationship now that success is starting to come in for you, right? It may indeed change the dynamic of the relationship to a certain degree. And again, like this is what I'm saying about down here with this Queen of Wands and Four of Swords. There will be some strategy that you have to employ in terms of making sure that your partner remains on board and doesn't feel alienated themselves. This Five of Wands may very well speak to your lover and their feeling of alienation now that rewards are coming in for you. They may feel a little bit inadequate, or it may just put pressure on the relationship. But again, November is not about that. November is about you achieving the real steps that prove you're on your way, right? You begin to see signs and rewards coming in that prove you're on your way. And this is what you absolutely need, Sagittarius, to be comfortable with moving forward with a commitment and a love connection. I'm going to say, for some of you, if you're single, you remain single until you reach your objective. And even for some of you, if you're in a relationship that may not be like the perfect relationship, you don't even decide to like change or move or anything like that, which requires a lot of energy and concentration. You even put that on the back burner until this begins, the ball here truly begins to start rolling. All right, let me pull a couple of clarity cards from the Thoth deck, just to see if we can get a little bit more understanding. Sometimes the love readings come out like this because, depending on where we're at in our life, we only have so much energy to do everything. And certainly when we're trying to accomplish big feats with regard to our career, our finances, or business, or our creative expression like that, that also our livelihood depends on, right? It's at times like this that oftentimes we simply don't have the energy or the mental capacity to also have to worry or think about a whole nother other person and a dynamic with a whole nother other person. There's your Four of Swords again. And your Seven of Pentacles, Four of Cups, more fours, and your Princess of Wands. Bottom, we have Ace of Wands. So, of course, Ace of Wands talks about a really important new endeavor, the beginning of something that is your ambition, that you put all your fire into, all your energy into. For some of you, this could be a new relationship as well. Ace of Wands is the great phallic symbol in the deck. But again, I want to say this is very much, some of you Sagittarius are on the cusp of really about to accomplish something huge. And it isn't, I'm going to say it isn't until December that we're going to have more of an inkling of specifically how that's going to impact your love connections. Four of Swords, Eight of Wands. Again, for some of you, it's really... you really do have to do a lot of strategizing. You have to do a lot of thinking about the next step to ensure and maintain the stability you've already worked for. Eight of Wands, again, I said, things are about to pick up. Interest is about to pick up. If you're running a business, business is about to pick up. If you're an online personality, your online presence is about to pick up. All of these things are about to increase. And again, Four of Swords is Jupiter in Libra. So we're talking about maintaining stability, maintaining balance in the face of a lot coming in, rewards coming in, certainly, and making sure that you're doing the right things, right? That you're handling everything the right way, which requires a lot of concentration. Seven of Pentacles is at the bottom, and so again, a worry of failure. The fear of failure is so strong, again, that, like I said, you just don't have the energy right now to put into a love relationship for November. It's all about keeping this Nine of Pentacles moving forward. And of course, he does move forward because the Nine of Pentacles is the most committed knight. But this fear of failure is really what's driving you. Again, it's going to be another one of the reasons why you have anxiety. Not only the relationship or how all of this is affecting your relationship with those of you who are connected, but more than anything, what are you going to do if this fails? And so you just really can't face that, and you're going to keep pushing forward. Four of Cups, another four. So we're talking about, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 showing up. You know, this is all about stability, 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 wanting to have stability in your life and not being able to really get into a love connection until you know you have stability. Four of Cups talks about not being too frivolous with the love that's in your life, right? Now, you know, for some of you, you may indeed have a love connection and someone who wants to be with you. Don't be too harsh with them. Don't be too sort of dismissive. Sometimes Four of Cups, you know, you refuse to take that cup of love. You refuse to engage that token of affection. It can be for various reasons, right? But I'm going to say that right now, while this wheel is turning again, you're very much kind of like putting like the hand up to any kind of offers of love, right? Now, some of these offers coming in may not be for love, like a love connection. They may just be offers from friends or people who can give you advice. And so just take care that you're not just, you know, cutting off your nose to spite your face. I know that you're putting a lot of energy into your career and into getting this coin up so that you can be free in a relationship to enter it the way you need to enter it with your own stability. But again, I want to say with the Four of Cups, you know, just don't take it for granted. For some of you, you don't want to take a love connection for granted, okay? Because that may be another reason why you'll have a Nine of Swords and a worry that maybe I was too dismissive of my partner. Maybe I took the fact that they're going to stick around while I work on all of this too much for granted. You don't want to do that because these opportunities coming in, if you do have a love connection, you want to bring your love connection along with you, right? This is not certainly not a reading about being more interested in your career than your love life. It's just that right now, Sagittarius, what you're trying to accomplish is so important. Magician and Princess of Wands, beautiful energy. Princess of Wands is the same as the Page of Wands. And again, we're talking about a whole new endeavor, really a rejuvenation of your youthful spirit, you come out of this month having conquered a lot of your fears, right? Certainly with regard to your business and your objective, right? Princess of Wands talks about, conquering that fear, that tiger, right? She just hangs, right? Off her neck, he's been toppled with a tiger is symbolic of fear. And so you really come out of this month feeling very, very confident in a lot of ways. Very much in your own skin. You feel sexy, you feel empowered, you feel self-confident. And all of this is why you're putting so much energy into this, because this is how you need to feel to be happy in the relationship that you're in, right? Or to be happy in a new relationship. All right, guys, this is really another great reading for fire signs. Remember, the Nine of Swords, again, is only anxiety that we really put on ourselves, and oftentimes it is not representative of the facts on the ground at all. And so I think the Nine of Swords is just more the worry that you have about, how this new abundance may affect your relationship, if you're going to keep up your abundance. I think this is just going to be a leftover of some of the anxiety that you've come into the month with, certainly with this Five of Pentacles. Some of you may be indeed facing some real financial struggles that, this needs to work in order for you to fix these financial struggles. And you don't, you're not trying to depend on a boyfriend or a girlfriend to help you with that. You want that handled on your own. And again, another reason that you're putting so much energy into all of this, because you have a very real sort of financial burden that you're trying to deal with, right? And so it makes perfect sense that your anxiety may continue at the end of the month. It may continue. I'm going to say again, it won't necessarily continue with regard to your business or the achieving this objective, which by all accounts is coming in, but more so the aftermath effect on any relationship that you may currently have, right? And again, it may not affect it in any way that you expect it to, right? It could be that your lover is absolutely supportive and all of that, but again, you do worry about it a little bit, but we'll leave the outcome of that Nine of Swords to the December reading, or maybe even we'll find out more about that in the mid-November love check-in. All right, guys, I'm going to call it. This is your reading for November for Sagittarius love. Very, very beautiful. The rewards certainly come in, and I'm going to say that the love connection follows, but we'll see in next month's reading. But if this resonated with you, please like, subscribe, share. I know this is a very specific message. Again, the November love readings have been very intense, very specific, but just take what resonates with you and please enjoy disregarding the rest. And for right now, I'm going to say, Sagittarius, have a wonderful, wonderful November, and I'll see you in the middle of the month for the mid-month love check-in. Bye-bye now.